Island street brawl, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
There is no secret why Downbeat Magazine calls this Seattle's most important annual jazz event. The 33rd Annual Earshot Jazz Festival hits Seattle stages October with one-of-a-kind live jazz performances and video live streams all the way through November 7th. This year's Earshot Jazz Festival features established masters like Diane Reeves, Chuco Valdez, Dee Daniel, and red-hot young stars like Theo Croker, Emmanuel Wilkins, and Samara Joy, celebrating both Seattle's history and its future in the world of jazz. Earshot teams up with community partners like Langston, the Royal Room, and Rainier Avenue Radio to showcase Seattle's own resident artists. Tickets and more information are available online at earshot.org. That's earshot.org. Once again, Seattle's most important annual jazz event. Earshot Jazz Festival. Hitting stages early October all the way through November 7th. Call for more information.
Radio, servicing the Filipino and Filipino Americans all over the world. Radio, streaming live in the internet every Tuesday from 1 o'clock to 2:30 p.m. Seattle, USA time. We are your host, Kuya Bert Kawili, Emma Heron, and
Manny Panganiban.
Radio.
You probably have questions about COVID vaccines. Here are some answers about how they're being made.
How are COVID vaccines being produced faster?
Usually, vaccine testing and production are separate steps. But because of the pandemic, vaccines are being developed on parallel tracks. So both steps are happening, just at the same time.
How are the vaccines being tested?
Right now, several different COVID vaccines are in testing. Each go through multiple clinical trials with up to thousands of volunteers.
How do vaccines get approved?
Not all COVID vaccine versions will make it to the final stages of testing and approval. Produced vaccines that do not pass clinical trials will be destroyed. But for those that do pass, a team of medical experts will examine test results and possible side effects. If the vaccine is effective and safe, it gets approved and gets to you. Go to covidvaccinewa.org to learn more. A message from the state of Washington.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Clean Greens Living. It's your host, Queen Bree and Robyn T. We are broadcasted live on Rainier Avenue Radio. What's going on, Robyn?
Hi, Queen Bree. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here on Clean Greens Living Live. We are broadcasting from Seattle, Washington as well, and that is on the Duwamish land. And you can learn more and support the Duwamish Nation at realrentduwamish.org. And our music is produced by Cuddy Fresh, aka Carrie Williams. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. All sorts of great stuff. Queen Bree, you want to get us started? And by the way, look at you, a whole queen today. It is beautiful.
I seen this on my dress and I was like, why not wear it for the show? Why not?
I love it.
And remind yourself of who the diva you are, and to remind my family who's the real queen of the house.
That's the important part.
But yes, I'm sorry. What did you say? I got thrown off by my crown.
Well, I was talking about a lot of stuff we have to talk about today, and especially because it's a month dedicated to awareness for domestic violence, and I know you really wanted to talk about that today and introduce some upcoming guests we have, along with lots of other fun stuff we're going to talk about, but we're going to get into it today.
Yes, we are going to get into it. First of all, you'll notice we don't have a guest this week. Sometimes we just like to have a moment where me and Robyn are checking in with each other and bringing updates clearly and not rushing through them so they can sink in your head about all the good things that is going on Clean Greens. It is Domestic Violence Month, and we are going to reserve Domestic Violence Month. We have two amazing women that are going to be here in the next 2 weeks The first week, there will be someone here educating us on domestic violence. A lot of us, I know for me, before I had domestic violence training. And so for me, I always thought about what I think I would do or what someone should do. And when I took that training, it helped me realize that it's not always that easy to just get up and leave or make a move. Because you have to think, they have to, women and now men have to think about a lot before they just pack up and leave. So we're going to have someone here talking about how teaching us about domestic violence, what it is, how we can help people. I also have a link at wscadv.org. They show you ways to help your family and friends also that are going through domestic violence. And it's a friends and family guide. Also, staying connected. If you know someone who is being abused, staying connected to that person and not necessarily saying leave, but helping them make a plan and just letting them know that you're there when they're ready and helping them find resources. So we're really going to dive into that the next 2 weeks. The week after that person comes in and give us a little tinge into a training, we'll have a survivor. Oh my God, her story. She was telling me her story, and it's just so, one thing sometimes survivors don't understand is like once they leave, there's still life outside of that, and you can make it. So we will have a survivor on here talking about her situation and how she made it out and where she's at now. So
these are going to be really great shows. I have taken a training with our first guest that you were talking about to educate, and it was really, really good. I've had my own, past with certain relationships, but just to learn all the different ways and things like that are abusive or that make it so somebody can't quite leave, and how complex it can be, especially when someone isn't necessarily physically hitting you, but they are taking control of the finances and your ability to have yourself set up so you can leave. I mean, it's not really easy to be a single earner and pay rent, especially in the city. So please check out the link if you need it or you need to help somebody, because getting an advocate will really help you out. It will help you out. Yes. There are people to help get you safe and get you in a court, get you help in court as needed, as well. And no judgment also, because it's really hard to imagine when you're stuck in a situation like that, what it can be like to be empowered and be on your own. It's almost scarier than your situation to face being on your own.
And it's important for us as humans to take this training course, because a lot of times we end up being in situations we don't even recognize that it is domestic violence. Like you said, people may not have verbally hit you. I mean, not physically hit you, but they verbally abuse you. They mentally abuse you. They financially abuse you, or they use their children against you. I remember being in a situation I didn't recognize I was in one. And I was in a situation, and even when I talked to people about it, it was so normal to them. Like they were confused that I was like so taken back by it, because sometimes domestic violence situations things are so normalized. People think it's okay. And they think, oh, that means love. And that doesn't mean love. And so I really want to dive into that with her. And then also to know not every DV advocate is going to be a good DV advocate. So ways that we can find out how to get that DV advocate that's going to advocate for you and get you what you need. And so we really just want to talk about that. In the next 2 weeks, we will be diving into that. So I just want you guys to know that we do take domestic violence seriously, and we are planning some good stuff behind the scenes for that to educate everyone on it. So, Robyn, how are you? How was your weekend? Like,
oh my gosh, thanks for asking. I am good. I can't even remember back to the weekend. I'm like, what did I do on the weekend? Days are full lately. I'm feeling really good. Things are full, but there's a lot to look forward to, and we've been also spending time out at the farm each week, and that's always feels good. We sometimes think we don't have time, and then we get out there, and it's a way to clear your mind. And we did some serious work there last week. You should have seen us carrying the produce. Normally it's like driven on a tractor, but we carried it so far, and we got to share it with our friends. But personally, I'm working on that balance, the balance between all of the social activities we want to do and the household activities and the parenting duties and rest. That's top of my list this week.
That's one thing I feel like I got good with, but then I'm not good with is the relaxing part. Like, I feel like if I'm sitting there, then I'm being lazy and nothing's getting done. But I'm still, talking myself out of that. So it's a struggle, a weekly, daily struggle.
It is a process, and to talk ourselves out of it. And also, like, there's outside pressure from society and from the origins of this country, not this land, but this country, to make us feel like, and capitalism, to make us feel like we have to be producing all the time and doing something all the time. And then there's pressure on ourselves too, just because we like to do things in this world and we want to do a good job. And there's so many goals and cool things we like to do. But we can't do it if we're overworked and we're depleted. So we're continuing the conversation about talking ourselves out of feeling bad for resting. Okay. Yes. We talked about this a few weeks ago, and we're still working on it. So if you're working on it, we feel you. Drop the guilt over and over and over until you finally feel free to rest.
Right. And I feel like it's not just us. I keep seeing a lot of people this year have quit their jobs. They are tired of feeling burnt out and overworked. So it's not just us. So join the club. We're over here doing our best to unlearn some things that we shouldn't have learned in the first place. So exciting. Our harvest dinner is coming up, everyone. Oh my gosh. We are literally a month away now from our harvest dinner.
It is. Oh my gosh.
And this week passed by so fast. I feel like I went to sleep and woke up. It was Thursday and it was just Monday.
That really happened this week. I gotta tell you, it really did.
Yes, I'm like, dang, it's Thursday already. It's time to go to the farm. It was just Monday.
Yeah, no, that really happened. There was a time warp somewhere in there. I don't know how it happened, but somehow this week was gone. And so we're here again for Thursday, and we're about to go to the farm again tomorrow and get excited for our harvest dinner.
So excited. I mean, hello, Doug Baldwin, our future guest. And I should have put a sit down with Doug Baldwin, because Doug Baldwin is not just coming to deliver us a speech. Doug Baldwin is coming to sit down and talk with us and conversate with us and connect with us. And I think we'll have time for studio audience questions as well. So it's kind of going to be like, what I was thinking? I was like, we always wanted to have him on the show. It's kind of going to be like, we have him on our show, but now we have a live studio audience. What?
Yes. Yeah, he wants to connect with you all. He wants to connect with the Clean Greens family. He doesn't just want to get up there, speak, and leave. He wants to have a conversation. And his heart's really in community-oriented work. He really believes in what we're doing at Clean Greens, and we really believe in what he's doing. And it's just going to be fun. And yes, if you get tickets, even if you get online tickets, or in person, you might get to ask Doug a question or submit a question to us, and we can ask on your behalf. But it will be a conversation. So,
and get tickets. Tickets are selling. Tickets were selling before we posted. The tickets were selling. Mm-hmm. I mean, because we have brand ambassadors. I mean, we call them ticket ambassadors. We have ticket ambassadors, and so they were buying tickets before we even posted. So we have early bird tickets right now for $25, right? Mm-hmm. So $25 until September No, it's past September. Time is flying.
Yeah, these time warps are getting us. This is a Mercury retrograde. That's why. So no.
October 31st. Oh my God, I'm not looking forward to Halloween. Anyways, October 31st is the last day for early bird special. And that is $25 ticket. Where can you pay $25 for a ticket and then get to have questions for a Super Bowl champion NFL, ex NFL player who his mind is like no other. Like forget NFL player, forget the Super Bowl. Those are cool things, and like really, where can you get money for that? But he is so sweet. He is intelligent, and he wants to get out in the community, and he wants to find ways that we can work together because he realized that it takes a community. Mm-hmm. So that is one thing we really want to hype up and talk about. Oh my God. And like this, I don't even know how this is blessings, because not only do we have Doug Baldwin, we have 2 bomb chefs, restaurants coming in to service up some good old food. And some of the products will be our clean greens, but some of it will be their special ingredients. Do you want to tell them who they are?
I do want to tell, because I'm telling you, we got the best chefs you could even imagine. And they've recently been recognized by the New York Times as one of the 50 places to be. And these are so amazing. I can't even believe it. So we have Trey Lamont from Jerk Shack Seattle.
Have you tasted his food?
So amazing.
So good. Sorry, go ahead.
So good. I mean, he's won awards. Super excited to be on board and be part of this event. We couldn't believe it when we got the reply that he was down. And yes, Communion. Christy Brown and the amazing crew from Communion are going to make food, and we can't even believe it. They've already been using clean greens, collard greens on their menu. So even if you want to go get a little get a little taster, go visit them. Go visit these restaurants. Go get some food. But we got them exclusive harvest dinner. What? We can't even believe. We're so excited. Look at this event.
$25.
This is amazing, right?
And even after the early bird special, it's still only $35. Right.
Yeah.
But don't forget, this is a fundraising event, and we would like to continue to go on with Clean Greens. So please remember that this is a fundraising event, but we also want to make it so fun and so beautiful for you guys. We are having it at New Hope Baptist Church, and I know it's a church, but it's going to be on a weekday, so we're going to be there, and we're going to have DJ Guy in the building.
Right.
I'm so excited about DJ Guy. Look, he's one of my favorites because he plays like music for everyone. Like I have not went to a place where DJ Guy was playing music and you did not have a good time. And it was not always, and it's appropriate music for the event. So we've talked to him, and he will make sure that we are live and jumping and having fun, but also that we ain't doing too much turn up inside the church. He will make sure that it is appropriate for the evening. Minister Annette put a whole bunch of celebrations. She want to make sure we don't defile the church.
I love it.
Hello from Norway. Hey, girl.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Norway.
Hi, Norway. This is amazing.
I mean, you know what? This blows me away because let's talk about, if you're just tuning in, you're tuning in to Clean Greens Living, broadcasted on Rainier Avenue Radio. It is your host, Queen Bree and Robyn T. We are in the mix talking about our annual harvest dinner with Clean Greens. I'm just so excited. Like if you don't know who Clean Greens is, because we got Norway in the house. So look, let me tell you who we are. Norway.
I know. Shout out to Norway. So and before you get into this real quick, Rainier Avenue Radio is making this possible so people can connect with us from Norway. And Rainier Avenue Radio is an ambassador and a believer in Clean Greens and going to be at the harvest dinner and bought a 10-ticket ambassador special. So yes, let's keep telling
family all the way around. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's keep telling Norway what Clean Greens is about.
Clean Greens is a local nonprofit farm in the state of Washington. we are dedicated to growing fresh produce and bringing it back to our community and feeding it to our low income communities who couldn't choose fresh organic for their families, and we give it to them for free. And we would love to keep this mission going if you guys are listening. And that's why we're having this harvest dinner. And that's why we're hyping it up so much. Not just because we have great people, but because we want to keep this great mission going. So I'm super excited. And now the air to my heat has gotten to me. I'm about to choke. So Robyn, take it away.
Okay. Yes. And we have been talking about clean greens with our local city council because a lot of wonderful folks are putting together a budget to help fund things that communities in Seattle really need instead of just funding the billionaires, which we got plenty of them here. Okay. So you've seen what's happening out in the streets here in Seattle. There's a lot of people that need homes. There's a lot of people that are getting pushed out of the city. I'm telling you, I'm a renter. Rental prices have gone up so high. And if you're in an apartment, you'll get a notice like, oh, it's going up $400 next month. Like, that's really what's happening. So we went and appealed to city council, and Queen Bree spoke about clean greens in a prep meeting, and a lot of clean green supporters went in to tell them to fund programs that actually feed people. So we're out here doing stuff, really taking care of the community. And a side note with that, New Hope Baptist, I know we've talked about this recently, is getting some land back and going to build some affordable housing as well, with a vote from city council to fund a project. There was some land taken from the church and the community, and we all know that the African American community has been being pushed out of the Central District when they were, they were forced into the area anyways by redlining.
Right.
So here we go. We're trying to build community, give access, really out here helping the community. So if you ever want to help us out, you can talk to city council. There's going to be a vote at the end of this month to help get some of the funds into the community.
And let's talk about these numbers. Like, so New Hope had this massive amount of property, and part of it was taken away for like $30,000 something. And now on this day, it appraises for $2.7 million. And all they did with their property was make it a park. And they use eminent domain as a reason to do it, but they had racial reasoning in the background of it. And it's been proven. And so we're fighting for this money, if not property back, at least money to take the remaining of the property that they have. And they want to build like 85 units for low income housing properties. And that's for the community. That's not even just for the church. So people think it's just this church building housing for their people. It is for the community. They are connected with other people outside of the community who are knows how to do the low income housing. So this is for the community. That's one thing I love about New Hope Church. It's not just because of my family ties. It's because they are really out here doing the community work. Mm-hmm. They are about taking care of a person whole, spiritually, mentally, and physically.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Please support and the solidarity in this community. And even if you look at who's involved in our harvest dinner and who's supporting our harvest dinner, like Trey Lamont at Jerk Shack is trying to acquire has a whole project going on to acquire some land in South Seattle to give back to the community. And Communion is located on Union and 23rd in the old Liberty Bank building. And I know some other land was just acquired, given back to the Black community as well. So there's a lot of people doing work you can support if you're overwhelmed and frustrated by what's going on in the city. Like, get on board. There's so many people doing things, and New Hope would love to have the support, and Clean Greens as well. And thank you to everyone who already does support. Like, so many people have already been buying tickets, and we really want to
donating, not just buying tickets, donating.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's so many ways to help out. We are going to be harvesting tomorrow, and there's a big party, a farm work party on Saturday. And that would be wonderful if you wanted to come out to the farm. That's going to be a great day to come out, because there's going to be a lunch, and it's kind of like a big farm cleanup end of season. Even though there's still stuff harvesting out there, we're still growing stuff. There's like rows and rows of kale, of collards, of chard, of, there's all sorts of stuff growing out there. There's a whole new greenhouse. There's some fun stuff that Farmer Tom experiments with all the time. So growing all the time, please, if you want, send us a message. And here's a special email address if you want those tickets. Like, you can reach us anyway on social, in DMs, through our website, on our email addresses. But there's another email address, cleangreensevents@gmail.com, and that will reserve your tickets the quickest way. You just tell us how many you want. We'll follow up with you for payment and get you on the list, because there's a limited amount of tickets for in person.
I'm sorry, I am choking. I feel like my uncle when he's up there preaching.
Oh no, that happens to me when I talk too much sometimes, and then it's just like
I was like getting excited, and I kept grasping in this hot air, and it's like, God dang it. Weather changing, you guys. It ain't Corona. It ain't the Rona. It is just what it is. It's hot air. It's change of season. I'm getting over a cold. But anyways.
We've been in this pandemic so long, we're back to calling it the Rona.
Right, look. And then it's like, I have to make this disclaimer, because even my kids, like, one kid was like, "You're still sick." And the other one started wearing a mask around, like she's going to get coronavirus. I'm like, you guys. But the sad part, low key, is I probably would have been doing the same thing, like wearing a mask, like go to your room. But speaking of farmers, tomorrow is our farmer Tom's birthday. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Tom.
Tom.
A birthday shout out. I don't know if he's listening, but happy birthday. You know what?
He's so amazing.
He is. He's so nice and sweet. And it's like, when you look at him, you're like, for me, I was like intimidated, because I'm like, dang, he's so knowledgeable, and he's the farmer. He's, but when you get to know him, he's really sweet, down to earth, and will talk to you, make jokes, educate you.
Yeah.
Just all around a good guy. And I'm happy he's on our team. I really am happy to have him.
I am too. I felt the same way. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Tom. He's the farmer. Like, I want to make sure I'm like, I'm on his turf. I'm over here. Like,
right, staying out of the way. Like, what do you need me to do?
Yeah, exactly. And then you realize he's just so great. He's just so great. Oh my gosh. And I love the way he talks, because he's such a elder grandpa type that is like the best. Like the comments. And grows
the best produce ever.
He is so skilled.
Like,
he
his
is
produce,
so dang skilled.
And his carrots are so good. Coriel, my 5-year-old, just picks them up out of the basket and just eats them. He doesn't wait for them to get cooked, seasoned, nothing. He just grubs.
And that's true about those carrots. They're straight like candy. Like I can't go like a few days without having some of those carrots.
They are good.
And you know where you can get some? Saturday, our food giveaway. We're doing it for a few more weeks. So please come down 11 to 2, 116 21st Avenue, right in the Central District. Come on down, get all the produce you need.
Yes, no questions asked. It is free. We do take donations. So please come out and check it out. I just, when I think about all that we talked about, and just where we're at with our harvest dinner, and this is literally us coming up on our year working with Clean Greens, how much we've changed and elevated. And I can't even say we, because I don't want to speak for you, but like,
I'm about to cry.
Because like, you see these nails, I still be in that dirt digging. Yep. I still be harvesting. I would have never thought I would be on the farm eating bugs. A bug went down my throat, y'all. I thought I was about to die. But meeting new people, watching the produce grow from when you first planted it and now that you're harvesting it and then you're giving it away to people who can eat it, and then having this harvest dinner with all these nice people, all these what we call like status quo people who are humble. So we're just so excited with this, and we thank you guys. Don't forget to check out cleangreensfarmmarket.com to check us out, or follow us on Instagram. Thanks for tuning in to Clean Greens Living Live, broadcasting on Rainier Avenue Radio. Next up is Traffic Jam.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Annette. We see you.
Rainier.